Hello everyone, this is Jeff with TAOFLEDERMAUS. Today we're going to look at the top 10 reasons that I have accumulated why YouTubers do not reply to your comments. I think most channels on YouTube are modeled after other successful channels or are possibly inspired by other channels on how they do things. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. Like most people on YouTube, the first few years I was on YouTube, I just watched videos, commented, and occasionally upload my own videos. And I would leave comments on videos of channels that I really enjoyed watching, that that I considered big YouTube channels at the time, and very rarely did I ever get a reply back. And really I got the impression that my comments weren't even being read. So I got to the point where I would just stop leaving comments on that person's videos. At the same time, I vowed to myself, if my channel ever got bigger, I would continue to read and reply to comments, because I always felt that was very important. And let's face it feels good when you get a reply back from a YouTuber. You feel valued, you feel like you're not being ignored. Now, most YouTubers will give you the excuse that they are just too busy to reply to comments, and I think that is a cop-out. So I'm going to give you 10 reasons why YouTubers do not reply to your comments. And you can agree or disagree, but these are just my opinions. And number 10, the person or channel is overwhelmed. This applies to channels that don't normally upload videos, or maybe they upload one super lucky, super viral video of their cat saving their kid's life from a pit bull, for example. That's a good example. And they're instantly swept into instant stardom as their video goes kind of super viral, and they just get so many comments so quickly that they just get kind of a system overload and they can't handle it. Number 9, the channel, the owner of the channel is mostly a cell phone user. Now, replying to comments via a cell phone is pretty clunky. You have to tap things out and everything, and at best you might be able to leave a couple word reply, but you're just because of the clunkiness of it, it's just not a very fluid way to reply to comments. Number 8, the YouTuber is just a bad typist. They can't type very fast. They're hunting and pecking, using 2 fingers to reply to comments, and it's just difficult for them to use a keyboard. Number 7, the channel is what I call trolled out. It's kind of a form of burnout. All they see, all they focus on are the negative, nasty comments that people leave, so they just stop even looking at the comments. This usually applies to channels run by females. They are really bombarded with a bunch of troll comments, and I don't blame them. If all you see is a bunch of garbage in your comment section, you're just gonna completely stop looking at the comment section. And that leads to number 6. Some channels will just opt to disable the comments altogether. They get so fed up with what people say that they just turn it off completely. And that's a shame, because you're turning off all the supporters, your fan base, everything, and that doesn't help things at all. In fact, it's terrible for your viewer engagement statistics, which is very important to the prosperity of a video. Number 5, the person running the channel doesn't really watch videos. They don't know what it's like to be a viewer themselves, and be frustrated by leaving a comment and never getting a reply back. It's kind of the walk in other people's shoe philosophy. Number 4, these are channels I call corporate types. It's not an individual or a couple buddies posting videos, but an actual business. And a lot of Hollywood celebrities can fall in this category. I would say like Jay Leno's Garage would fall in this category. They produce videos, but they don't have anyone assigned to handle comments, so they don't even look at the comments, they don't reply to the comments, they just post videos. And that kind of leads to number 3, which I call website drivers. They kind of use YouTube as a hosting site for their video, also to attract people over to their own website where the videos are also posted. And they may or may not reply to comments there either, but the primary reason for posting videos on YouTube is just to bring traffic over to their own website, and that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work because people are pretty resistant to leave one website to go to another. Number 2, the channels that focus way too much on other social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blah blah blah, and they don't answer any questions on YouTube, and they expect their viewers to go to Facebook to communicate with them, and I don't get that. To me, it's like going to a restaurant and ordering a dinner, and then you have to go to another restaurant down the street to order a soda. It doesn't make any sense. Too many people forget that YouTube itself is a social media platform, and they definitely don't understand the importance of viewer engagement. And viewer engagement isn't just a term, it's actual something that the YouTube algorithm looks at to determine the ranking of your video. The better it is, the better it'll be ranked. So all the comments, your own replies, the likes, the shares, all matter. So if you're spending more time on Facebook and Twitter engaging your audience, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because you're essentially spreading yourself way too thin, and you're killing your YouTube channel with poor viewer engagement. And number 1, the channels that think they're celebrities. I call them pseudo-celebs. And whether or not they actually feel that way about themselves, that they have like a super ego, we don't really know, because they don't reply to anybody. They don't engage their audience in any way. Possibly they're influenced by, really big actual celebrity channels, and they just think that's how you do things, when you become a celebrity on YouTube. And I've definitely seen this attitude on a lot of channels. They get 10,000 subscribers or whatever, and they think they are the bomb. But that is just my impression of that channel. It may not be factual or not, but that's what viewers will get if they go to your video, look at the comment section, and see that you don't even reply to any comments. And you got to ask yourself, if you're a viewer, why would I leave a comment on this person's video if they don't even appear to be reading the comments? And that's bad. You want to make it look like you read the comments. When you actively reply to comments, you give the appearance that you are reading the comments, that you care, that you're a real person, and you're not full of yourself. When other viewers see that you're replying, well, they're more apt to leave their own comments. And that's what you want. I mean, you'll get the troll comments, and I'll actively reply to those knuckleheads too, but I'm replying to as many people as I can, and I can't get to them all, but I definitely do a pretty good job of it. I miss a few just because of the notification BS that that Google Plus thing. I'm not a real big fan of that, but still, I definitely think it's important to reply to as many people as you can, because sometimes you can even turn a nasty troll around and turn them into a fan just because you show them that you're just a normal, friendly person. And then there's always those trolls that are just absolutely hopeless. There's nothing you can do to turn them around. But at the very least, you can appear to your other viewers that you were defending yourself, and they will often step in and start attacking the knucklehead, and that's always cool to see too. I always appreciate that. And you'll notice that in my top 10 list, I did not use the reason the person is too busy to reply. That is just an excuse and not an actual reason. So if you have the time to plan videos, film videos, edit videos, do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that other stuff, and you're not devoting part of your time to actually engaging people on YouTube, that's your fault. Because it doesn't take a lot of time each day to engage your viewers directly on YouTube where it really matters. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other excuses or reasons why people don't reply to your comments, please post it below. Thanks for watching.